Hello, Kiran. This is Ekta and Pooja from the Journey Together. Welcome to our channel.
Hello, nice to be here.
Hi,
Thank
Kiran Didi.
Hello,
Welcome to the
thank
channel.
you.
And we are trying to create awareness through this Journey Together channel. We are trying to bring people of different expertise and, in general, bringing real life stories of experiences with, various magical things and alternative therapies. And that's the reason we are conducting these interviews. So over to you. And if you can share your journey, that would be great.
Yeah, I think first of all, it's a wonderful thing that you are doing because there are so many modalities out there. So it's nice to give people a feel of each one and a personal journey with that particular modality that
Right.
we as holistic guides have. So then people have a very distinctive way they can make a choice, a very informed choice about what they would like to get into. You know?
Totally. That's the purpose of, us kind of bringing everyone on the same forum and, kind of discussing.
Wonderful. And I like the way you say journey together because it is, we are all journeying together at the end of the day.
Exactly.
There is a very commonality in the way we feel the gymnastics in life that we have, the situations we go through. So, and it is about that. It is about journeying together in our own unique way, but at least in a colossal way as well. We are in it together. So
Right.
I love that name, and it is an inner journey at the end of it. There's
Exactly.
nothing external. We use the external for moving into the internal. So that also is a journey on itself. So I love that. So that's great. So yeah, just to introduce myself, I'm trying to try and put it in a nutshell because it spans more than 50 years of my life. And I started very young. I come from a family that has both the function and the dysfunctional aspect of it. But looking back today, they both have been the grounding platform of where I am today. So I'm very grateful for that. I grew up in India, and from a very young age, I felt very in tune with angels. Today, I can put words to it. As a child of 6 and 7, you can't put words to it, but you just know there is an unseen force that is your friend. And it does it of course we are now opening up, which is really good, but in those years children's imaginations were not taken seriously. So you start curtaining that as you grow up. But always when I was punished or I was, asked to go to my room kind of thing, I used to always hide under the bed and have this conversation or just a playful act with the unseen beings. So today I call them angels, and throughout my life they've been part of my inner
Okay.
voice. Yeah. So I come to the angels because at this moment they seem to be coming on my radar a lot. But I started yoga to the other aspect of me. I started yoga in school when I was 10, and Indian dance. And then that has been also part of my life. And today I am a yoga instructor and I teach dance, more therapy dance. So I may call it Bollywood dance, but I just actually, it is dance for well-being because movement is so important for you to release your emotions and pain bodies that are really deep within you. So so that's the other aspect of it. And then I was a little bit of a rebel at home, so I moved out of the conventional family, the family platform of finishing your studies and getting married and stuff. So I kind of moved out of that mainstream, and I started flying, which was not uh, the thing in at the time within the family. So I got to cut the stories. I'm not so much into the stories, though I love stories as well, and I love telling them, and people love hearing them. But since we don't have that much time, I'm just going to the significant aspects of my experiences. So in my 20s, I actually moved out of the country because I
Right.
had this soul yearning to see the world and to experience what's out there. That's all I knew. And so I moved out, and of course, with my flying career, I got to meet other cultures, people from other countries, and more cultures. I was more interested in cultures than the countries and the nationalities. I wanted to know what kind of food they made, how they lived, and the depths of it. Then, so I've also lived in different countries, and coming down to that, there came a gymnastic in my life in my 20s, in my mid 20s, late 20s. And it took me to the edge that we call. So again, not going into the depths of it, because that was again, that becomes a story, but it cuts into your soul. And again, at that time, I kind of have this connection with this invisible force that I call angels. And you say, help me, and help comes. So I got into Vipassana.
Right.
So that kind of took me into the spiritual realm, so to speak. And then I've been a voracious reader. I've read from Vivekananda, Krishnamurti to Louise Hay to just, James Redfield, and just like the works. So the books have been my teachers as well. And one of the books I read was Shirley MacLaine's book, Camino, The Camino. And I got I resonated to it. I'd never been trekking at the time. I was in my early 30s. I'd never done treks, but I read that book and I said, I would love to do it one day. So again, coming back to this day and age, I've done many treks. I've done the Camino, which we call the Compostela de Santiago, which is a walk from France to Spain, or you can do it from the start of Spain to Finisterre, which is like the end. And again, the whole happening was very synchronized. I just happened to meet a friend through work who was Spanish, and she said, I would love to do the Camino, but I have arthritis. And I said, our angels will take us through if you're willing to do it with me. And she said, okay. So we actually did it. We walked 400 kilometers in 15 days. And throughout that pilgrimage, if that could make a book, because throughout that pilgrimage, the angels just came about, because you are just with a map and you're just walking in the wilderness. And you just have a backpack with your water and your food and 2 pairs of clothes. And you're walking for 15 days just with that. So the angels were there every step of the way. That was one of the tracks. I've done many. I did the Kailash, Mansarovar, Machu Picchu. And it is in the wilderness, when you are on your own, when you can only hear your breath and the voice of your soul, is when you can commune with this invisible force. You can call the angels, or many other names to it. And they guide you. They guide you when you're lost, when you're saying, oh my God, should I go this way or that way? They guide you. And somehow, even if it is the wrong way, somehow it's a link to the chain, to the broader chain, that you had to meet somebody on that path. So I trust this intuitive calling like 100%. And one of the other things I did during this time was I got interested. Of course, I met people who kind of guided me into it. So my partner got me interested into shamanic healings and Native Americans and the medicines. So I've done a trek in the Amazon rainforest, meeting with the shamans and working with them and understanding their plant medicine, how sacred it is, and how an incorrect notion a lot of people have about these plant medicines. In Hindi, we say jadi booty, the herbs in India. It is that for them there. Yeah. And they have their own effects, but they are a cleanser. They cleanse you completely, mind, body, spirit. And so during that shamanic space, that I spent 15-20 days with them, learning the medicines and learning their ways and their rituals and their way of life. And they are very intuitive, because they do a lot of not just healings, but they can see in the dark. So all their ceremonies happen in the nights. And after they finish, they do a counseling with each one of you. And they said to me that the mother wants me to become a shaman. But I personally, I don't, somehow within me, there is no this sense of ego. Oh, wow, I don't feel like this. So then I know it's not my journey. That's not my journey. My journey is just experiencing and sharing the experiences with everyone else to help them move on through their space, wherever they are at this moment. So, so there's been the treks, the angel cards, the holistic stuff. I've done crystal healing, so I love my crystals, and they speak with me when I'm doing the healings. I've done akashic records and soul alignment, so I do that as well. So there's a lots of modalities. I've done healings, pranic healing. Reiki I started, but somehow pranic healing came on the radar, and whatever comes on my radar, I go with it. I don't intellectualize or think too much. I go with my heart and my feel, and somehow it always turns out right for me. So I've done pranic healing to all the 4 levels, and I've kind of
Sorry to
worked.
cut you here. So coming back to the angel intuitive counseling, so you said even while you were on the track, you could feel them. So like for people who are not into it, how they would be keen to understand how does this work basically. So maybe if you can quote few examples from your own experience, that would give them an understanding like how how it works basically.
Okay, yeah. So with the angels, you have to commune. You have to communicate. So it's not like they are. See, different therapists will explain it differently. For me, to be authentic is very, very crucial. So I will explain it the way I work with them. So they are invisible forms and beings. They can come in a form to you. They can come in terms of colors or a sign of sorts. But it is about you communing with them. It's like, just to give you an example, like a crystal, this is just a piece of rock.
Yeah.
But it's when you commune with it, it's your energy with that energy that communes together and creates the story, so to speak.
Right.
So on the treks, I'll bring the Camino, because the Camino has an incline to it, which is a pilgrimage. It's a pilgrimage, and it was done by the ancient people about 800, 900 years ago. They would use this path as a path of, like we say, cleansing the karma, retribution. And they would walk from a point to. So I went, again, it depends on where you are in your intention.
Right.
So that was my intention, to walk this path where these ancient people walked. And the Camino is the path that we took is the ley lines. So there are lines, like we have nadis, meridians in our body. So the ley lines in the path, they correspond with the ley lines in the cosmos. And then we have the ley lines in our body. So when all 3 commune together, they kind of synchronize, and you have the experiences. So because I've been working with angels all the time, and because I have this inner voice that I'm always listening to, and actually my friend who was with me, it was all new to her in a way, so she would be the best person to speak to for the experiences, because I would share those with her. And actually we would come to a path, and we would stop, and we would say, oh my God, which way should we go, because the arrow is this way or this way. And I would just say, you know what, our angels will tell us where we need to go. And immediately there would be some kind of a sign, or you would be drawn to it to say, go this way. And you just go that way. So it is a trust. All these modalities where you are non-tangible, they are based on trust. So one has to learn to be open. So for people who have never done it, these are the things. You have to be open-minded, and you have to just trust it. and you have to follow that. So if you start mentally, because the mind is always having questions and questions and questions, which is very good, but it kind of takes you back to the source as to, can we just drop the question and follow the guidance? If I have asked for guidance, I should honor the guidance. Otherwise, I shouldn't be asking for it. So so it's about communing. It's about the silence voice that just will guide you. And in terms of cards, we do the cards. I will go through the cards with you. But in terms of, I'll give you an example that happened on the Camino. It happened on the other treks as well, but the Camino was really very, very strong. One of the things that I prayed to the angels was, make this very significant for me in its simplicity. Make this walk for me very, very significant. So I should pray every time I stepped, I was packing, and I would just say it, I was packing, and I tell the angels, just be with us. I can sense you, just be with us. One of the days, of course, you're walking with someone you don't really know so well, and even if you know somebody, to walk each day in, day out. So my friend and me, we had a little bit of a disagreement to the path we would be taking. So she said she would take the path which is the road, because they're taking away all the old paths now and making them into cemented roads. I wanted to go through the wilderness. So while I was going up the wilderness, so we said, okay, fine, let's just go our way and we'll just meet at a certain point. I had the slight feeling inside me, I'm going to go alone, and it was misty and all of that. But I had this thing, I said, my angels are with me, I'm just going to walk. And so I walked, and halfway through I realized I didn't take the map book, I didn't take the guidebook. So I didn't know which way I was going to be walking. So I just breathe. The breath, as always, you have to be in a state of relaxation. You can't be in a state of chaotic mind and body to commune. You will not commune, because it's a vibratory field. And to connect with that vibratory field, you must attune to it in a way. So that's why we always ask people to breathe and relax before the reading as well, when we do a normal reading. Right. So Pujal, I just go through now the different types of card readings that we have.
That would be, yeah. If we can get an understanding, and people who are not aware of it.
Yes. So most of us start with the Doreen Virtue's angel card readings. So I started maybe about 15 odd years ago with these readings. And there are again various types of angel card readings, which are Doreen Virtue readings. So if you go generally, this is the pack that you will start with. If you're starting on your own as well, you can just commune with your angels on your own. Bring the cards, start working with them, create your sacred space, and just read the card, trust it, try to see how does that synchronize with my situation and what is the guidance. Am I resisting the card? What is it? So that's your card pack. You also have Mary Queen Angels. So this is Mother Mary, and she's considered the goddess mother. And so she has her cards as well. Again, that's Doreen Virtue. I presently read cards which are these. These are the cards that I read now, because you have a lot of Doreen Virtue cards. You have angel therapy cards as well. So many packs, Doreen Virtue packs are there.
We can buy this and we can do ourselves, or do we need to go to?
Yes. I am a holistic guide that believes in self-empowerment. I don't believe you give your power to an external force. You could use them as your teachers, as your masters to guide you, but you don't give your power to them. So I don't, at this moment in my life, because I've been through that path as well. So I think somewhere these big mummies and daddies that are out there, and pranam to them, but you have to leave their hand, and you have to take the teachings with you, and you have to connect with that divinity and the guru residing within you. So the angels are your angels. You don't need, you may need a guide, you may need somebody to hold your hand, but you can start this on your own as well, to start communing with the angels. And I'm very happy to help people to do that, how they can do that as
So
well.
to conclude, we have just 2-3 minutes left. So I was just
3
thinking,
minutes, my favorite
do
card reading.
one angel reading. Oh, yeah, we'll put this in the comment. We'll take
So
the.
I want to say that it's not only angel cards reading, because your angel, this is cosmic card reading. So I do these cosmic card readings because my evolvement today in life, where I am today, is very much connecting with the cosmos and the cosmic vibrations and the messages that come, the soul messages that come from the cosmos for you. So these help you to break patterns that you have, your belief systems that are stopping you from reaching your goals. And the same with these, your healing cards.
Do you think
So
we can do some reading, last 1 minute reading for either me or Ekta?
absolutely, yes, let's do that. Absolutely. So do you want to do, if you're going to start with the angel cards, let's just do the angel cards.
Because we have just 2 minutes and then we can.
Yeah, okay. So intuitively, I've just picked up these cards. So I'm going to be, just you have to tell me when to stop.
Should I start?
Stop.
So first of all, just close your eyes, just connect with your breath, just feel
That
like
we
deep
both have to
inhales.
do or one by one? How would it be?
Yeah, let's start with you, Pooja. So just close your eyes, just connect with your breath, deep inhales and exhales. Relax your body, relax your mind, just relax and get something in your mind if you have a question or if you just want a general guidance. But be very clear about that, and then we'll see whether angels bring you a specific answer or a generic answer. And I'm going to keep shuffling till you tell me to stop.
Stop.
Wonderful. So now, because we're doing it online and you can't actually point out to the cards, I'm going to be dropping them and you tell me this one. Just say this, so I know that's your card. Okay.
This.
Okay. Wonderful. So the card that has come for you, it says shield yourself.
Okay.
So it says protect yourself from harsh or fear-based energies by envisioning a cocoon of healing lights around you. So maybe presently you are, I don't particularly believe that there's any evil inside. There may be, but we don't focus on it. But sometimes in terms of energies, it can get. So it's telling you, because you probably have asked for guidance, or maybe you asked for a particular situation at the moment, and that situation that you've asked for is about energy. So you are having, maybe we have energy vampires, people who take your energy from you. They will pull you into a certain kind of a confrontation, even if you don't want to get there, but you allow it. Or you start feeling uneasy with some people. So at this moment, it is asking you to shield yourself. So how do you shield yourself? So every morning before you getting out and going to go and being with people, just take a few minutes, 5 minutes, to just connect with your breath and just visualize this beautiful pink candy floss light of love around you, cocooning you, and say that only pure love will enter this wall.
It's beautiful. This is so true. I didn't want to share what my question was. Maybe we have 1 minute if you want to do it for Ekta as well.
Yes, okay. But I just, it's just nice to get an endorsement that it was or not.
So real, so real. I didn't want to share the question on public domain.
That's fine. Okay, Ekta, I'm going to shuffle. I'm just clearing the cards because I've.
Yeah, 1 minute.
Yeah, energies of the before reading. So I can't see Ekta, but it's okay. I can hear you. So you just tell me when to stop. We've done the reading before, so you can,
Stop,
to close
lady.
your eyes, take your breath. Stop. Okay. Now you need to say which one.
Yeah. This, Didi.
This one. So this is, I touched this card. So let's just take this one. Okay. So it says, be willing to forgive. Ask the angels to clear your mind and body of past pain in exchange for peacefulness. So, and I can tell you that sometimes we feel that, oh, we love to be the good image, right? But in our subconscious, because I've been through this as well, in our subconscious, we may have certain situations and stories, maybe the people we forgive, but the stories we haven't, and they are embedded in our subconscious. So if you've heard of the Ho'oponopono,
Yes.
the Hawaiian prayer,
Maybe
Ho'oponopono,
we can
sorry,
take
please
top
forgive me,
line.
thank you, and I
And
love you.
we
Is
just
the
say
best one
thank
to do.
you to you. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so
We
much,
can
Kiran Didi.
discuss more about. I'm so keen to know more about me and Kiran's reading.
Wonderful.
Sorry, thank you, but thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much,
Most
Kiran Didi.
welcome.